Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to a quick update on Render. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about the possibilities, right? I mean, the main level to watch was 4.55, 4.5, and to potentially get a bullish breakout above that, which we did do pretty quickly after the video, actually. So you can see right here, we already had a bit of a breakout above 4.5 around 9 o'clock. And then we got a major bullish breakout, or at least a breakout above the full level right here 4 hours later. So we broke out. We got a bit of a move up to 4.85, so that's good, right? I mean, that's one of the first wick levels up here. But ultimately, we'd want to see Render going up higher. And since then, what has happened is that the momentum for Render has pretty drastically slowed down, or at least the momentum in the markets. Excuse me, we had a bit of a drop in open interest and momentum for Bitcoin. And then what we saw for Render is kind of the same. I mean, right here, we had a drop in open interest. Since then, it has gone up. But since then, it has also stabilized again. So where yesterday, as you can see right here, the momentum was going up and we were increasing in open interest, more and more positions were being opened. Right now, it's a little bit more ambiguous, all right, which is not necessarily the end of the world, because like I said, I mean, we did get the bullish breakout, and we are very much holding our main support levels at around 4.55 and 4.5 well. So purely technically, Render is still doing fine, but the thing is, and the thing I'm a little bit worried about, is that Render right now, we must admit, it is historically very correlated to Bitcoin, all right. So that means that if Bitcoin loses momentum, which has been the case in the last night, in the last 12 hours or so, if Bitcoin loses momentum and it will actually get some sort of a bearish breakout, that could be pretty disastrous for Render as well. All right. So at this moment, while I'm making the video, I don't think that's the case yet. At this moment, I think the momentum is still relatively high for Render. Like I said, purely technically, we're still holding our levels, and I think Render can drop down all the way to 4.4, and I would still consider it bullish, all right? I would still think that we're holding our main support levels, and that we're fine. So what I expect from here is that Render, what I think is most likely is that Render will kind of consolidate, not move too much, potentially drop down to 4.5 and 4.45 right here. But I do expect it to hold. And I would say that if I would have to choose between a further bullish continuation for Render or a major bearish breakout, which is the other possibility, I would say it's still most likely that we will actually get a move up to $5. I think that's in line with what Bitcoin is doing still as well. For Bitcoin, there still is quite a lot of liquidity here between 44,000 and 44,500, even though Bitcoin had a bit of a loss in momentum and a bit of a drop, we're still holding support levels. So I have to say that something like this is most likely for Render. Will I trade this though? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe if it drops down to 4.4, I'll take a little bit of a buy. But I'm not certain about that. I mean, that's not it's not a trade I have open right now. All right. And then apart from that, and I do want to kind of warn you about that. I mean, if Bitcoin really starts to be bearish, so if it drops down below 42,500, for example, which is the main support level now, if it drops down below that and really gets a bearish breakout, I mean, Render will follow that. And in that case, there's a realistic chance, even though I don't expect it, but there's a realistic chance Render will drop down below 4.4 and drop down towards its previous support levels around $4. So that's a possibility, not what I expect. I think this is way more likely at this moment. It's fundamentally, Render is also very strong, right? So that's what I expect, but be prepared for all scenarios, right? I'll keep you updated. Don't worry about that. Don't forget to check out my premium and signal group. Very useful, but that's up to you to check out. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.